Oh my word, yay! I'm so excited. This is the first proper sighting I've had of hyenas. Now, I know that you all know these hyenas so well, so I hope that you can assist me with trying to ID them. This is very interesting, being able to ID hyenas. So please hashtag Safari Live with your answers as to who we have got over here, and well, maybe I can learn. And I've got my notebook handy so I can take some notes. But it looks like this one is probably a male, and the reason why I said young, just because its coat doesn't look as tattered as what hyenas' coats normally get to. You can see it's quite light in color, but he doesn't look too small. Let's see who's coming over now. I'm just checking around me to see if there's any more, but now we know that the lions are definitely not here, because they would have chased these hyenas well away. Hello, beautiful. My favorite carnivore in the whole world, hyenas. It's only taken 3 months. I'm so excited. I'm just going to call this in on the radio very quickly. There's no sign of the Nkahumas at the Bamba. However, there are 5 Misi here, Gudring, as well as my Ningi Korti. It's just myself, just off Knobthorne Open. You're more than welcome to. Oh, yeah. Of course, when you hear that there's something like a hyena around, you're not going to waste any time at all. You're going to come racing over here. It's one of the animals that are in the ugly 5. I don't think that they're too ugly, but also they are just incredibly misunderstood creatures. They are so intelligent. A lot of people only think that they scavenge, but they are exceptionally good at scavenging too. But isn't this fantastic? And we might be able to see as this one tries to break through the bone. Let's see. Here we go. Now, it looks like this one has got the rib bone of the buffalo. And William, you were actually wondering what they were eating. So hyenas are specialist scavengers. Look at them, they're going to play now. They get all excited, all greeting each other. Hello, hello. And sorry, William. So basically what they're doing now is the lions would have feasted on a substantial amount of that carcass. There wasn't much left. But now the cleanup crew come in, and it's often why we don't see too many carcasses around and decaying animals around, is because the vultures and the hyenas are largely responsible for cleaning up those carcasses. Now, the hyenas have got the second most powerful jaw out of the animals in Africa, the crocodile being number 1. And they use those big jaws to be able to crush through bone. And ideally, they want to feed on the bone marrow. It's very high in fat and full of protein, so it's very good for them. And they're one of the few animals that are able to utilize something like bone marrow. It's very difficult for lions to crush bone like hyenas are able to. And also, lion and leopard digestive system isn't as strong as the digestive juices that are in a hyena's stomach and in their saliva, is that they're even able to digest bone that's probably a couple of inches. It's about 7 centimeters, which is a massive piece of bone. So you can see, cracking open, getting to the brain cavity is not an issue for a hyena. You can see there, and eating all the skin around the horns, that tough hide, absolutely no match for a hyena's digestive system. They will eat the hooves, they will eat anything and everything. Nothing goes to waste. And like the lions, very, very big bellies. They're able to distend their stomachs quite a large amount. Look at that. Isn't this amazing? And look at the power that this beautiful hyena has got. She picked that up with no problem at all. And the best thing about hyenas is that they're normally so relaxed around the vehicle. And this is my favorite. We were very privileged down in the south. We saw massive clans of hyenas. One day there was a hippopotamus that had died. And after the lions fed on it for a few days, they eventually moved off. And I think there were two different clans there because there was a lot of vocal sort of calling. There was a bit of animosity between some of the hyenas that were running in. They were being chased off by other members of the clan, of a different clan. There must have been about 50 of them. Oh, that was a hooded vulture that very quickly swooped past your screen. And they're trying to come in and get a couple of scraps. But unfortunately, the vultures can't feed on the bone. That's really just left to the hyenas. Here we go. Very, very easily able. You can see getting that nice tasty reward now. There we go. See how they push the bone almost right to the back of their jaw where their most powerful part is. And then they crunch down on it. And you can actually hear the bone crunching. She's asking if this hyena is fat or pregnant. I think it's a combination of the two. From what I can see, it looks as though her mammary glands are swollen, but it's a little bit difficult to tell because of her big belly is actually in the way slightly. But you can actually just start to see her teeth sort of swelling quite a bit there. So I reckon it's a combination of having a food baby as well as probably some cubs inside there as well. But what a lovely little clan, and it's so peaceful. Well, thank you so much for sending in, of course, how to identify these hyenas. And I'd love it if anybody has got something that they've put together to please send it through, because it would help me immensely. And apparently this hyena that we're looking at with the sort of tattered left ear that's feasting on the buffalo skull, you said that this is Corky. Now, I need to get my notebook out for this. I think identifying hyenas is well done, because that is an exceptional talent. Unless they've got any obvious signs like limps or scars and things on their legs or in their ears, I can't really identify them. I think it's very, very tough. So well done. So Corky, I'm making a hyena page now. Hyenas. Have to add those things in. We get Corky. So now I need to know more about Corky. Who is Corky? How old is Corky? What is Corky's favorite color? And are there any obvious signs that you use to identify Corky other than the tattered ear that she has on her left? But maybe there's something else. Remember, hashtagging Safari Live on Twitter or either questions@WildEarthTV. There are very, very, very few people in this world who are able to identify hyenas, clans, and different clans of hyenas. So I'm going to need all the help I can get. You can see them all. Absolutely having a field day. And then there's one even further to the right that said, I'm done now. My stomach is full. I'm probably going to have a little sleep here. Here's the vulture again. You can see, look, they're not happy with the vulture. They're going to chase the vulture off now. You can see chasing it just off to the left. Now, Bobby, you were actually wondering if hyenas just scavenge or are they good hunters? Sorry, we just got sneaking past. So Bobby, they're very, very good at hunting. So good at hunting. Now, I can't say I've watched hyena catching kudu on a number of different occasions. So they'll catch what they can get. They particularly will take down impala lambs, wildebeest lambs, anything along those lines too. And I want to, once this vehicle is settled in, I might change my position just a little bit so we can watch the vultures on the tree just in the distance as well. Try and get them all in one go. But look at them. They are so happy. Now, what I'd love is actually if somebody from another clan decided to come passing through just so that we could get the vocalizations. And that's probably my favorite part about hyenas when they get excited or when they get agitated with either a member, a less dominant member in their clan, or perhaps somebody from another clan has come sneaking along and gets a bit too close. It's always really, really amazing to watch. Oh, she's a big girl. Now, Amber, you're actually wondering why is a group of hyenas called a clan and not a pack? Now, remember, these are collective nouns again, so somebody has decided to give the hyenas a clan. I can't imagine what the difference between a clan, a pack, and a pride would be. Obviously, they all have their slight different meanings. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest, why they wouldn't be called a pack of hyena. I suppose that name was given to the dogs. So maybe that was already established and something else had to be used. I don't think clan works well. They are very loyal to each other, as well as a pride would be. They're all very exceptionally sociable creatures too. And that's why they are so effective, not only at scavenging, but of course hunting too. And you can see they get nervous. That was from vultures taking off. Excuse me. Excuse me. And thank you, Louise. Chasing each other around. Now, Mike, you were saying this morning if hyenas would ever resort to cannibalism if they were starving. It wouldn't surprise me. Hyenas will eat their own kind, especially if they have died. So say they've gone in to try and overthrow a pride of lions feeding on a carcass, and one hyena gets taken out in the process, say by a big male lion. They will, and once those animals have moved off, once the big cats have gone off, the hyenas will come through again, clean up the carcass, as well as clean up the remnants of the hyena that had been killed by a lion. That's not uncommon at all. Whether they would physically kill to feed on it, I would never don't put it past you with hyenas. They will surprise you. They are efficient. They are incredibly intelligent as well. I've never seen it though, and I don't think it is very, very common. But disputes can happen very easily. And if one does get killed in the process, or even if one that, like I said, is passing by, gets a bit too close to a clan, they'll turn on it. And then, well, I suppose it depends on what mood you catch these animals on. And you can see they're definitely keeping a wide berth from what looks to be, maybe, I think Corky could be the most dominant female in this clan. They all seem to, you can see she's very bossy. She keeps chasing everybody off, and no one really puts up a fight. They sort of let her take whatever she wants. Right, we're going to stick around with these hyenas for a little bit longer, but let's go all the way to Evia, who has now arrived at Cheetah Plains.